Hey, good morning there. It's Lori Christos with Madonna and Child Jewelry. I have not been on doing a video in several weeks. I've actually been doing a ton of shorts of pieces that are available with buy it now prices and been doing extremely well with that and selling with one of my favorite sellers on YouTube, which is Susie from Denims to Diamonds. And she's actually coming on in like 20 minutes. So I just kind of belt this one out because I prepared for it this morning for 5 minutes. And just wanted you to see, I had sold, and it was in a short, a very gorgeous antique sterling silver Spanish medallion of the, was Art Nouveau of Mary and the Ascension and the Angels. And it was like a rare one of a kind. And it sold, but I had a lot of interest in it. And I asked, I have like cotton mouth. The dealer, who's from Argentina, if she had any more medals, and she sent me like half a dozen because it takes her months to accumulate them because they're rare and antique. These are all silver plated, sterling silver plated. They're old. Some of them have dates, but they're not solid sterling like the other one was, which commanded a really high price. These will be a little more affordable, but they're still antiques and they're still rare. And so what I'm doing is just putting them out there on random chains or random beads, rosary beads, and then you guys, if you like the metals, can follow up and I can custom make it, but I'll just throw out some starting prices. But it's kind of mishmashy here, so it's only really these two stands that I'm trying to get through and show you what has come in. So I'll start with one of the metals. This one is about 1 1/4 inch. It's silver plated. It's very similar to one I had sold that was solid sterling. And it's all written in Spanish. Virgo Sanctissima. Oh, yeah, I gotta get my loop. But all in Spanish. That has the Pope, the 12th on the back. I don't know. You guys can do the math. I don't really look into a lot of these. I buy them for the beauty. But it says Virgo Sanctissima Cider Bus Recita. And it's cherubs, angels at the feet of the Virgin Mary. And it's stunning. And it's very similar. Now this one, because I just wanted to give you options, this could be on a long or a short rosary bead. It could be on a sterling chain. I'm not, playing around with them right now. I just put them on something so you can see how they come together. This one would be gorgeous short, pretty long. These are not sterling. These are antique AB or iridescent aurora borealis rosary beads. So it's up to you. But this is the piece. I think you can see it really well. That's the Pope on the back. And these are all out of Spain or Argentina, where my dealer comes from. So a price like this just for the metal would be $75. And then whatever you put it on. If you put it on rosary beads, it'll go up. If you put it on sterling chain, it'll go down. If you just want the metal and put it on your own chain, it's $75. So I wanted to get that out. That's number one. And because this is so similar to the other one that everybody loved, and I'm just going to show it one more time. Sorry, guys. There we go. That's a good idea of what it looks like. 1 1/4 inch, silver plated. It can go on anything you like. All right, let's pull out another one. This one I've never had before. It looks like a pewter tone. She said it's silver plated. It is the Spanish Madonna. It's got a really dull patina on it. And it's in the shape of the Sacred Heart, which I love. So the Spanish Madonna has angels rising up. It's ornate. The back is all in Spanish. And the date is 1899. If you're interested, have any questions, because I'm really in a hurry to get to Susie's show, I will answer any questions by text 708-217-1600 or email at Madonna and Child Jewelry at AOL. This one I put on a sterling chain, because I think this is pretty shorter. It's well, it's actually like 20 inches, but it gives you the patina of the metal. And this whole thing would be $75 with the chain. If you decide just to take the metal, it would be $65. There's not a lot in the chain. I don't really have the prices of chains marked into the piece so much as I do the beads. The rosary beads are valuable and old, and those can command, whoopsie, easily $100 to $150, depending on where you buy them. I'll show you this last. I'm sweaty. Let me put my fan on. Okay. This one, gorgeous. Silver plated. Again, very Art Nouveau inspired, or the style, with the gorgeous Virgin Mary. Can you see her? With her arms crossed and all the angels above her. Stunning. This is on a sterling chain. This looks sterling silver all day long. It's sterling silver plated, and these are older. I didn't really buff them up so much. I'm sure it's possible. I don't like to do that so much with the metals. It takes away the age, but I don't know how good silver plate cleans up. But this is stunning. 1 1/4 inches. The back has Escalada di Maria Immaculata, and it has the sign of the cross, all in Spanish. Stunning. So this one is another one very similar to the one I sold. The metal itself, because it's silver plate but rare in Art Nouveau, is $75. On this chain, it's $95. It's a killer chain. I hate to part with it because it looks good on absolutely everything. It's vintage, and it looks great with everything. It's kind of got the oxidation in the center of the rope, and then it just ties into everything. So it's a killer chain, but this one would be $95. These are kind of approximate prices because I expect questions, and I'm going to probably show these if I do a show with Sue next, and do a short on them if they're still available. This is the most one of my favorites because over the years, 30 years, I've been buying them and reselling them to boutiques, and I would put them on rosary beads or hang a little dangle crossover. This one's Art Nouveau. It's stunning. It's silver plate. I've seen it maybe a half a dozen times in 25, 30 years, as long as I've been selling and buying from this dealer. It's been a long time. I put this one on a really chunky bead, but it's not on a string. It's linked chain, which is, I can give you the dimensions in a second, but it looks like it's a long one. But look at the detail, the Art Nouveau. You can see it all. It's very heavy. I don't have weights on these. More detail on the back. And what's so great about this one is it's one of the most ornate I've ever seen as far as the scrolling around the Madonna. I do have one that is mine that's brass that I've had for a million years. It's probably the most ornate miraculous metal I've ever seen. But this is 28 inches. This is empty, so let me put it on here. Of sterling silver vintage chain. It's not super old, but it has a great patina, and that's the metal, which is stunning. And this metal is bigger. This one measures with the bail. Like almost 1 3/4 inches. 1 1/2 to 1 3/4, depending. But I love it on this piece. This metal is so rare, even though I do have another one, because she sent me 2. Because she's been accumulating these for months for me. And then she just shipped them off to the wrong person, and they got lost in the mail for like 3 weeks. So I just landed them today. And we'll open the box. I got them yesterday, but I couldn't be more thrilled. And she knows this is my go-to because it's so rare. So this one would be $95 for the metal. If you buy it on the sterling amazing chain that looks killer with it, it's $150. And it's worth it all day long. Okay, so there's another one. Where did it go? Yeah, I'm trying to hurry up. It's exactly the same, I believe. I have to look. No, it's different. It's different. That's why I love her stuff, because they're one of a kinds. They're so rare. This one is a similar Art Nouveau version. Very similar, but if you look at the detail, she's got her arms open down at the bottom. The Art Nouveau detail around it. Silver plated, about 1.5 inches. Look at the detail on this. And very similar to the other one, but still different. If you see them side by side, you see the difference. The other one on the bottom looks a little more ornate. These are killer. I mean, these are killer. So whatever I said on the bottom, being silver plated, $95 for the metal on this chain, which is sterling, because I've checked it and tested it, and it's a really cool chain. You don't have to buy the chain. I just have to show it on something. It's just thick and looks Italian, and it's like really, really finely, it almost looks filigree, like finely made together, like twined together with almost like, it looks like a, I guess it's a link chain, but it's so fine. If you see the detail in there. Measuring it, and then we're done with this one. It could be on anything you want. It could be on a rosary bead. That would mark the price up. I'm not going to go crazy with those prices. This is 21 inches on this chain, $95, and I would go $130 on this one, just because of this chain. Versus this other one, which is much more ornate. So they can all, I can't really like be like, that's exactly the price until you tell me, oh, I like that metal, but I want it on this. And then I will give you a price for a custom chain. But I'm just trying to throw out the metal prices. This is the one we already put out. Okay. Did I show this one? They all look so much alike, you guys. No, I probably did. I'm going to hurry up. My dog's barking. And show the last one. They were 6 in total. This one has the Sacred Heart on the back. Beautiful. In Spanish writing. This one is 1.25 inches. It looks sterling all day. It's silver plated. This one hasn't really been seen the light of day. It's pretty shiny, but is some oxidation in the Madonna. She's stunning. If I can read what she says, Marie ete con san pesci. Stunning. So just killer on its own. Just wear it up here. I like the thin chain vibe with a chunky piece. So I'm just giving you options on how to wear it. This is probably an 18-inch chain, sterling. This one, again, $95 with the chain. I can do $75 on this one without the chain. But I like it together. And I'm not making any money on this beautiful old sterling chain, which together it looks like a big chunk of sterling. And the prices, I'll try to remember, but I'll have to rewatch it. Okay, I'm going to just show you one other thing that I think is killer. It's a killer price, too, because it cost me a fortune to make. This is probably from the 60s, 70s, etched huge locket, heart locket, which you don't see them this big, and a humongous etched bail, two-sided. I couldn't leave it alone. It's gorgeous, but I had to adorn it with a sterling antique Roma cross, and on top of that, a sterling marcasite cross. And then I put it on a very simple chain again, not to make the price go through the roof, but it's $195 because what I have in, I think I paid $100 for the locket. And I don't really want to part with it, but it's so beautiful and an unusual combo that I don't usually take a $100 locket and adorn it, but I just couldn't stop myself because it looks original, it looks older, and I love it. Now, that one I said $195 on that chain. If you wanted to put it on a sterling rosary bead, it's going to go way up in price. And if you want to put it on your own chain, I could do $175 on it without that. But we don't have to go into that now. That's all stuff you can text me. I'm very tempted because I made this stunning. Now this is 2 pieces. This is deco, sterling. I added the Virgin Mary in kind of a bell in the center. What I love is you can see the back then of the miraculous metal. She's stunning alone on a chain. She's killer. But Lori never can stop. So Lori really wants to take a version of that locket, which I got in Atlanta, oval, 3 inches, 2-sided, thick, puffy, sterling beads. I mean, this would be so killer, but it would be so expensive. And put that on it, like a deco, almost vibe locket. And I mean, it would be $225. I mean, yeah, all day with what I have. I have 4 pieces. An enamel metal that's probably worth $50 to $60 at the height of the price on eBay. Another deco sterling piece was actually, I believe, an old earring. This locket I paid way up for, and this chain. So actually, $225 is, I could even be break even at this point. I don't care. I just want to put it together that way. But I haven't done it because once I do it, I screw up the pendant, which is gorgeous. So if you like the pendant on its own, on just a sterling chain like this, it would be $75. And it's worth it all day long. It really should be $95, but I'll just say $75. Woo! Okay, I'm almost done. This one, I just threw in the mix because you guys were liking enamel. I want to explain what I did. It's on a blue iridescent rosary bead, definitely vintage. They're not sterling. I added my own little silver lobster claw. This is a layered twice crucifix. So you've got 1 cross on the bottom. It wasn't ornate enough for me. I added another on the top. I get a 2-tone vibe there, a Gilver vibe. This was an antique Virgin Mary miraculous metal pin that I affixed atop. Very one of a kind, very Madonna and Child all day. The blues always fly out. I don't do a lot of blue because the enamel metals in blue are so rare and expensive, and I only want the really old ones, like from France. So when I make them, they cost a lot to put together, but this is a great price of $75, killer price for, I mean, you've got 2 crosses of pin and antique rosary beads, and maybe, you know, at my show, it'd probably easily start at $195. Could have been more. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I don't think about the prices when I show this stuff. I only think about the beauty and how rare or hard it is for me to put together again. This was an insane thing I did. I don't know. I love it though, so I don't know what to do. This was one of my favorite crosses. I collect filigree, Spanish crosses. This is one of my favorite sterling crosses. But I just love carnelian so much, and I never see like an antique carnelian cross that is my vibe, very Spanish. So I had made this necklace with just all silver tone or sterling and added like an Etruscan bauble at the bottom, and it's killer, and I can layer it. And I'm like, you know what? I got to try this. I received this vintage carnelian pendant. It's a round circle in there with some ornate detail. And I'm like, I'm going to go for it. And I took off the bail and I fixed it there. And part of this chain, I can't remember. I think it's all sterling, but it's huge. So this is like 2.5 inches on this amazing, like Peruzzi Italian style necklace. And I had to add an extension for where I wanted to wear it. So it's killer. And because I wear so much carnelian, I'm like, oh, I think I have to keep it. But I did a short on it, so I'm putting it out there for $195 if anybody loves it. Otherwise, it's just going back in my collection because I can wear this to death with all my stuff. But when I put it out there on a short, some of them are teasers. Some of them I don't really plan on selling. But this one I could part with, and I'll never find the cross again because when I saw it, I fell over it because I've never had it. I usually have duplicates over 30 years of finding stuff. So I think I'm going to say goodbye there. This was a menagerie of stuff. The last thing I'll slip in, because these are darling, are these vintage Maltese crosses. This is all silver tone. It's got an ornate design cap on it. I could hang more from it, but I just put it on a simple chain. This is the They came in a pair. I don't know how I scored this. This is the other one I put on a chunky silver chain, but this could go on a long, thin one. I just can't commit to what they'd be on. And this one has, it looks like genuine pearl, and it's got an ornate bail. So these are available. It just depends on how you want them. It depends. And if they're a chunky sterling, it's 95. If it's like this, a thin chain, it's 75. And at my shows, these would command more. And I always say that, and I'm tired of saying it. This is a cheapy weepy, really good price, because I found this great looking pendant. I thought I was done, but I'm not. This is the last. And it's just such a cool vintage vibe with a cross atop. I didn't do it. It looks like something I would affix myself. It's got brass vibes, brass tone. It's not sterling. It has rhinestones. It's not signed, but it looks like it might have been a designer piece or something, vintage costume. To me, it looks old as mold. I put it on really old rosary beads that are not sterling, but they're old crystal, and they pick up the piece perfectly. And this could be on a long or a short. It's up to you, and would be 75, long or short. I mean, I don't want to really break up this rosary, but if you guys like it, it's 75, long or short. I would just keep it long and maybe add a lobster claw here, and just, if you want to wear it shorter, just go into the bead and close it. Okay, that's it. I think I see Susie starting her show. Hopefully you guys, after you watch it, can come over and take a look here. And if you have any questions, let me know. I was itching to get these out. I'm going to do a short later. And I really do expect to get, I may even send individual pictures to people that said they wanted to see them. But that's going to be later on after I get these out in a short and see the response. But these are 6 months of collecting with a rare dealer that sells rare metals in Argentina. So if you get one, you're, scoring, and I'm making the prices really affordable. And I told her to just keep looking. At my show, I'd be lucky if I've had 1 or 2 of these to sell, but I spent a lot of money to get more. Okay, bye you guys. I'll see you over at Sue's. See ya. Bye.